had always believed that the galaxy's most powerful beings were untouchable, not just in strength, but in emotion. I had been wrong. My assignment on the Drellian sector wasn't glamorous. An escort mission to deliver peace treaties between rival colonies. But the universe has a way of dragging ordinary humans into extraordinary circumstances. For me, it meant meeting Empress Kaelara of the Nyrathi, a being so feared and revered that even whispers of her name could halt political debates across light years. I expected her to be intimidating, cold, and untouchable. And in her first moments in the Grand Observation Chamber, she was exactly that. A towering figure, her iridescent skin shimmering in shades of sapphire and silver, eyes glowing faintly in rhythm with her heartbeat, or so it seemed. Her aura radiated authority, power, and absolute command. Yet beneath that armor of elegance and terror, something unspoken lingered. Beginning, first contact. The first time I saw her, Kaelara stood at the center of the observation deck aboard the Nyrathi flagship Etherian. The stars outside stretched into brilliant streaks as the ship made its hyperlight jump, casting the chamber in cosmic twilight. "Human envoy," she said, her voice calm but carrying a resonance that made the air itself feel heavy. "State your purpose." "I'm here to deliver the peace accord and ensure both colonies comply," I replied. My voice felt fragile in the face of her presence. She tilted her head slightly, scanning me with glowing eyes. "Your species is curious. You possess such fragile forms yet such persistence. Fascinating." I swallowed, unsure how to respond. There was a silence that stretched just long enough for the galaxy itself to seem to pause. Then, unexpectedly, she spoke again, but this time quieter. "Do you understand the weight of your words, human?" "Yes, Empress," I said. "I will act with care." Her gaze lingered on me, assessing, probing. In that moment I realized that Kaelara didn't just command fleets or planets. She understood people, even the smallest ones, in ways that were almost unsettling. Middle a glimpse behind the mask. Over the next few days, my role extended beyond diplomacy. I assisted with translation protocols, repaired failing navigation systems, and coordinated supply runs. Kaelara observed me, often silently, until one evening she spoke. "You have a peculiar sense of focus," she said as we walked along the observation deck. "Most humans falter in the face of responsibility. You do not." "Thank you," I murmured. "I just try to do what's right." She stopped, looking at the expanse of stars through the massive window. "Right, an interesting concept. We Nyrathi rarely consider morality in isolation from power. You are unusual." I hesitated, unsure what to say. I didn't want to overstep, but I felt an inexplicable pull toward her. Not fear, but something far more complex. "Empress Kaelara," I began cautiously. "May I say something personal?" She turned, a faint shimmer of curiosity in her glowing eyes. "Proceed." I find you beautiful." The words fell from my lips before I could reconsider. Instantly I regretted them, expecting her to recoil in disdain or anger. But Kaelara froze. Her luminous skin pulsed gently, her eyes widening slightly. Then she trembled, not with fear but with shock. "No one has ever said that to me," she whispered, her voice so soft it could have been carried away by the stellar winds outside. A shattered barrier. The following moments were surreal. The Empress, who commanded entire fleets and civilizations, was vulnerable in front of me. The grand, impervious alien ruler trembled, not with fear, but with the rawness of unaccustomed emotion. I don't know how to respond," she admitted, her voice barely audible. "Your words, they reach a part of me that has never known recognition." I didn't mean to overstep, I said quickly. I only wanted you to know what I see. She shook her head slightly, a mixture of embarrassment and curiosity. No one has looked beyond my command, beyond my reputation. Humans. You are so startlingly honest. It's disarming. I could feel the atmosphere in the observation chamber shift. It was as if the stars themselves leaned closer, listening. You are brave, Kaelara whispered, stepping closer, the glow of her skin now a delicate violet. Not for wielding power, but for speaking truth. The test of trust. Days passed, and our bond subtly grew. She invited me into the strategic council meetings, not to observe but to contribute. Her trust was unprecedented. Nyrathi tradition dictated that outsiders could not influence decisions, yet here I was, discussing tactical retreats, planetary alliances, and even internal disputes. During one late-night session, alarms blared across the flagship. Pirates had infiltrated the outer perimeter. Kaelara moved with the speed and precision of a predator, and I followed orders, repairing shield nodes and diverting energy flows under her direction. Amid the chaos, she glanced at me, her sapphire eyes glowing fiercely. Do you understand what it means to trust me now, human? She asked. I think I do, I said, my heart hammering. It's not just about following orders. It's about believing in the person giving them. Her smile, rare, fleeting, touched her face for the first time. Exactly. That night, after the battle was repelled, we stood together on the observation deck. She seemed quieter, contemplative. Then, in a whisper only I could hear, you are not like the others. You see me in a way I did not think possible. And I do not dislike it. Connection beyond worlds. In the following weeks, our conversations became deeper, exploring philosophy, history, and even emotions that most Nyrathi avoided. She confessed the loneliness of command, the expectation that no one would ever see her as anything but a ruler. You have changed something within me, human, she said one evening, her glow softening to a gentle silver. Your words, your honesty, they have opened a part of me that has long been closed. I'm glad, I whispered. You deserve to be seen, not just as a ruler, but as who you are. Kaelara's gaze softened, and for the first time, she did not radiate authority or fear. She radiated trust. A bond had formed between us, one not based on power, obligation, or politics, but on the courage to see and acknowledge one another. Her hand brushed against mine, a fleeting gesture, but electric. I have never experienced this before, she admitted. No one ever said such things. No one ever cared. Ending the Empress and the human. Months later, our mission concluded. The colonies were united, tensions eased, and the pirates were eliminated. Yet Kaelara requested something unexpected. You may leave, human, she said, her voice calm but tinged with an unfamiliar vulnerability. But know this, my respect for you, my curiosity for your thoughts, and my acknowledgement of what you said, remains. Always. I hesitated, then smiled. I'll remember you too, Empress. And maybe next time I'll find more words. Her eyes glimmered in response, and for a moment, it felt like the galaxy itself had paused to witness the unspoken bond between us. I left the Etherian, but I knew one thing with certainty. No matter the distance, no matter the years or light years between us, Kaelara had been changed by a single, honest human statement. And perhaps in return I had been changed too, by realizing that even the most powerful, untouchable beings can be moved by the simplest truth. Sometimes, courage isn't measured in battles won or empires conquered. It's measured in the courage to speak honestly, to see someone as more than their power, and to whisper the truth. "You are beautiful." And in response, the alien empress whispered, softly with wonder, "I've never heard that before."